Hello, guys. How can you hear me? Can you hear me well? Like, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not sure. Still using Restream. I don't see myself yet, so I'm gonna take a moment just to wait for this. We are going to draw page 3, and on this page is going to be very different from the previous one. If previous one was mostly like a big action page where the character would jump right from the page, this one will be just going back to the normal, and that's actually made for a reason. That's made for a reason, and the reason is we want it to be, how would you say, to go back to slow pace, right? We're gonna go back to the slow pace, and we're gonna build up to the point when we are going to have a big splash page again. So that's basically it. That's how you go with your comic book, right? You start slow, but because this is our first comic book, right? You're gonna start big, just like we did last video. And here this one we are going to start slow. So as for now, I'm just checking, like stealing time, or how do you say, trying to get some more time, just to make sure yeah, okay, I see it, just to make sure everything works well. So I'm gonna add some kind of picture here, maybe like this one. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, just give me a moment, okay? It's not gonna take long. And as for now, we are thinking about our character, his name, his story, backstory. Like, we don't know much about the character, right? We don't know much. And what would you do, guys, in this case? Like, he kind of looked like he can freeze or like throw ice or something like that. Maybe yes, maybe no, but maybe he doesn't have this kind of power. Maybe he just the alien, right? He has some kind of secret alien technology. And he's not going to be just like a crazy superhero. He's just going to be a normal character, just from another planet. That was my original plan for this character. Maybe not. Well, we're gonna think about it, right? We're gonna think, we're gonna discuss, and we're gonna choose. Okay, so I changed some characteristics here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So the good news, guys, we can finally stream on YouTube. So you can actually watch it on YouTube. It doesn't have to be on Twitch only. But because I'm guessing most people will know about this from the Twitch. I will just mostly be focusing on Twitch. So I'm gonna add some tags, just like even before we starting. Okay, we can go now, and because there are 3-4 blocks or panels, right? The correct word, panels, are going to be here. Let's go together. So I'm gonna take this and put this away. I'm gonna use it later, and I'm gonna use my normal brush like always. And before I go with blocks, I'm gonna think about the story, because I think that's the best part, just like Frank Miller said, and there are many other artists, comic book writers would say, is a good idea when the artist and the writer is the same person. So because I'm writing and drawing, I'm thinking about the story as it goes, and I never been a storyboard guy, so I'm just like creating on the flow. The last page, he was jumping over the guards, so here we can show him standing next to the wall, hiding from the guards, right? So gonna make one big block here. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. It's gonna be one block. No, that's not a good idea. Let's do this. So there's gonna be one block here. Then there's gonna be no block here on the right. And then probably 2 or 1 block on the bottom. Let's think. We want to make sure he escapes. So we're gonna keep following him. Oh, maybe we will show the ship from the distance. So let's say we're gonna show like the space shuttle, right? Like, I don't know the form. It can be like any form. That's like a Star Trek, right? Something like that. And it's gonna be like flying in the sky. So we just zooming out to see what's going on. Where is he and what is he doing here? And then there's gonna be another page here where you can actually see him running to the part of the ship where he's going to be saved, because we want him to escape. And we're gonna tell, like, as we're going to explain that he actually took an artifact. Okay, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. You have to wait and see, because I can get carried away and tell you the story. And maybe you draw faster than me. Maybe you published the story before me. Yeah. So yeah, that's about what we're going to draw today. We're going to draw him hiding behind the wall, and maybe they lost him. Maybe he was hiding and they kind of lost him. Like, where did he go? So on this layer, we're going to I'm gonna change the settings of my brush, because like I like to sketch with a very like loose brush, because you know, if I go ahead here and make it the streamline will be very strong, then it's just very, very strict. It's good for line art, but for sketching I prefer like 0. So you know, it's just messy, but the way I like it for the sketching. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna draw a wall here. So just like maybe a little bit bigger, and then we're gonna draw like a corridor here, and then we're gonna show the guards running, or maybe just standing there and like, oh, what's going on, right? What was that noise? Where does this guy go? I don't know. Well, and there's the character. He's going to stand here, look this way, right? And maybe holding something, or just hiding, right? His arms gonna be like that, right? Something like that. So that's gonna be our rough sketch, right? Something like that. And maybe then we zoom out to the ship, and they're gonna be like the word balloon, like, get him, get him, get this guy. And then maybe more story, just to explain the story. I think that's very important, at least for this comics, because I don't want to just draw something. There's gonna be a comic series that I'm going to later hopefully keep making, or just, you know, produce. And then on the last page, we are on the last panel, we're going to see him actually getting in the shuttle, like maybe the space shuttle is gonna put the emergency, something like emergency, right? Emergency, and there's gonna be like lines, orange and black. This is just like a rough sketch. Of course, I'm going to redraw everything, and we're gonna see him coming here like that, right? And he's kind of looking He's kind of looking if he's safe, right? No, that's not how human. So it's gonna be his arm here, and then it's gonna be his another arm here, and we're gonna see that he's holding something. Maybe he's holding like a bag or just an artifact. And there's like buttons here everywhere, right? Just like a computer from the future. And there's the screen, and there are stars, and you know, the space. So this is gonna be like one door, and we are going to see like legs walking here, because they're like, find this guy quick, right? It's gonna be, or maybe that wasn't a good idea. It's just gonna be like this. It's a little bit strange, I know. I'm gonna select this, and there's another leg here. Yeah, so they are in the rush. They're like, oh, get this guy, where did he go? And we see that he is escaping, because I don't want to spend too many pages on running around the ship. And the next page will be, well, we need to go there. We need to wait for the next page. But for now, let's focus on that. Okay, that's the rough idea. And I need my references. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open just Google Pictures and like hiding behind the wall. You know that the last time I actually can have a perfect picture for that. That's actually a perfect. So last time I was looking at Naruto picture, and I used Naruto for this, but this time I'm gonna use just the thief hiding behind the wall looking at the people stock photo. Perfect. It's like, whenever you drawing something, there is always a stock photo of that, and this is just like so funny. There are other options, so let me think if I want to pick something else. Sometimes I combine things. Sometimes I just like do it the way I just normally do. Just the one picture, like with the Naruto, but we still combine it with the guard on the bottom. Yeah, maybe for now I'm gonna use this one. So we're gonna make it like transparent a little bit, and we're gonna make another picture. And here I'm going to do a little bit different, because the picture I'm looking at, it's a little bit different. It's the perspective is different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the floor, because he's actually standing on the floor. This one again still like sketching, because the last time it was much easier. The composition was already there. There was no need in doing so. And this time we need to build composition from the ground up, right? We don't know what we're going to do, what we're going to put here or there. So it's gonna be like a second level. So there's gonna be like stairs. It's not like that important. Don't need that many stairs actually. And yeah, this is not the final, so I'm not worrying too much about how good it looks. So I'm gonna add his leg here, one foot here, and it's actually going up. I still want him to be a little bit visible. I know they are not going to see him, but just for the tension, right? I want him to be visible, and you actually thinking like, oh, is he actually was too carried away and they saw him? Like, did he picked too much? And the second foot is a little bit behind, right? It's a little bit behind. So actually this one should be even a little bit bigger, I think. Should even a little bit bigger. So that's a good thing, because when you're sketching, you can be just like dirty. You don't have to worry much about clean lines. But sometimes it's good to make it cleaner, just to see where the edges and like how it looks, and maybe if it's gonna look good with the line art. So you never know. You never know. So when you clean up a little bit, you can see if it's like too big or too small. That's what I like to do. And if we're going to move, okay, wait, I want to make it like more of a dynamic pose, like his half of his body is moving forward, even though like the picture I'm looking at, it's not really what's going on, but I want to do it that way, so his right part gonna be a little bit forward. Okay, the body is pretty simple. It's actually something you just do by yourself. Maybe sometimes you need to change it, but the body itself is usually this part, like a pants, right? Like underpants, and then you have a small circle for the stomach, or like a six pack. It doesn't matter. You can later make it like he's working out or something. But for now, we're not gonna do that. And then I'm going to do. I'm breaking the rib cage in half, so I can make his one side of the body tilted slightly forward. So this is gonna be like his shoulder part, where his shoulder is, and there's gonna be his second part. So it's easier for me to make it more dynamic when I'm breaking it in half. So that's a good idea to do, because I'm not like super good with anatomy. So this is really helpful. And now you know that like the other part is gonna be somewhere there, right? Like it depends. Maybe just even more back there, right? And we want his arm be a little bit behind his body, because he's hiding. But we want to make sure you can see his forearm a little bit. We can like add some more tension through his like squeezed hands, like fingers. Well, that's gonna be later. It's not. Let's not focus on that right now. Still want to make it a little bit more clear, because I don't want it to look bad when I'm going to go for lines. You know, you don't have to leave all the job for yourself for the future. You can like keep perfecting it before going to clean art. So now I know like direction he's looking, and like I'm looking at him now, and he kind of looks like he's hiding, but maybe just we need to exaggerate it a little bit more. So I wanted to originally put his arm here, you see it, but I'm not gonna do that. Oh, actually, you cannot see this one was original plan for his arm. So I want to make sure he looks kind of like stressed. He doesn't want to get caught because he's running, right? So I want to make his arm tilted this way to empathize even more the fact that he's hiding away, to make sure like he looks like he's really don't want to cross those guys, even though he just jumped over them. Like I don't even know if he's even this guy doesn't know if he can beat everyone, but we don't want to check, right? We don't want to test it, but we want to tell the viewer, okay, he's probably not gonna win if he's going to fight them, and we don't want him to win, because otherwise there's no tension. Like who cares, right? It's like killing NPCs in the game when you're level like 100 and they're level 1. Like what's the point in that? So because he's wearing just a normal cloth, right? That's what we established last time. There's not gonna be too much. See, that's already things that I want to fix, because like I'm erasing some details, and I feel like, okay, this part is a little bit strangely looking. I actually think like it's too long. There's something wrong about this. Okay. That was no, I feel like this. Oh, okay. I feel like this side should be a little bit like this, and then we go like this. This kind of looks like his arm is broken, right? Kind of looks like his arm is broken. So maybe we just put this up too. What do you say? It's too much? I think we'll leave it like that. And maybe the problem here is with his fingers. Well, we'll think about something later. So, yeah, now you can feel like there's weight to his body and he's moving this way. So there's gonna be a wall here, right? It's gonna be a wall here, and his leg barely visible. Barely visible. So something like that. We're gonna color it so it's gonna be distinguishable. And there's gonna be his head again. And I'm gonna look at the reference, at my reference. This is very different. Like already the reference is he's looking from the wall. He's looking this way, right? On the reference. But my guy is gonna be maybe looking a little bit up. So he's like worrying, you know, like, oh no. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. So let's think. Let's think. There are different options here. Like if he's looking this way, right? It's kind of strange. No, it's not good. If you're looking this way, that makes more sense. It feels like he's seeing them, but he also wants to like not get caught. He wants to escape. So that's what we're gonna do probably. We're gonna make him look this way a little bit, but not too much, okay? So we're gonna write his head, something like that, like an egg, upside down egg, right? That's how you draw upside down egg. Doesn't really matter, man. And make sure it doesn't look huge or small. He's gonna have a neck, that's for sure. So you want to have some space here. And you want to make it more like sliding from his shoulder. You don't want to make his shoulder like huge. It's all connected, right? There's muscles going from your shoulder to your like neck muscles here, and then it goes to your neck. So some characters have like huge shoulders and neck muscles. We don't have that. Our guy is more like toned down. We don't want him to be like a Superman. He's still gonna be like an unusual character. It's gonna be like some kind of a vigilante, right? Some kind of a hero. It's not gonna be that. Okay, it doesn't change to me. But whatever. Okay. So what? Okay, so that was part of the music. I was afraid that there's some audio start playing somewhere. So I'm just checking if everything works well, if you can actually see me, hear me. You should be able to. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, because you probably see the qualities here maybe not always great. That's why we're collecting maybe support from our viewer. We're gonna do hopefully weekly streams, and hopefully we are going to finish this comic book all together, like while discussing things. And I'll probably later maybe do some plot discussing. I don't want to give everything away, right? I want to make it more like, oh, what's going to happen? So here, okay, sorry. Let's go ahead and finish his face. I want to finish his face. It's not gonna be the way it's going to be at the end, but this is the way he's facing. I want to make sure he's looking like fairly vigilant, like with a lot of attention. So that's gonna be his nose, right? Spinning his nose, and he's gonna look like not happy. Not happy. You know, whenever a character looks this way, his mouth is like dragging this way. That's something that in anime usually being used. This is still gonna be a little bit like unsure, right? There's gonna be his eyeball here. It's gonna be his this side again. Is a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer. It's always like that. Maybe even more, even longer than that. But I kind of don't like this side part, the bottom part. We're gonna change something later here when we're going to go with lines. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, or maybe we want to make him like scared, but he's kind of like the daredevil, right? He's like, oh, you can get me, you can catch me, you can touch this. And now we're gonna draw his enemies. So for that, I'm going to think a little bit about where exactly, like here-ish. This is gonna be messy. It's gonna be like a horizon line a little bit, and then it's gonna be like the corridor line. And at some point, at somewhere here, it's gonna go this way. Right? It's gonna be like this. So that's like a corridor, and he's hiding behind one of the like small rooms. So we're gonna like erase this one. Again, this erasing those elements helps just to understand the scale and like where are things and everything like that. And here are those two guys, and we're gonna maybe make them a little smaller. So they're gonna be, the one guy will lay down like something like, or maybe like this. Oh, he's like fell down, and because his armor is a little bit like form of the blocky looking. There's gonna be his belly. It's gonna be his legs, so they're gonna be his pelvis, right? It's gonna have this leg on this side, and it's gonna be like this, right? And his other leg will be a little bit like down there. So he's kind of, oh, maybe I don't like that. Actually, I don't really know. So maybe both legs will be like that. Let's see. And he's gonna hold his head with his 6-7 fingers. And yeah, that's gonna be his head. You remember he has that weird looking head and one eye. So we're gonna erase some details here so we can draw his mask. Yeah, something like that. And because he has a black hood, we're gonna draw some more details later. Doesn't really matter as for now. Yeah, and here we are going to draw his another arm, and he's gonna like grab his, he's not gonna grab like instantly, but he's going to You know what? I feel like I want to put the gun, a rifle in his arm, but I also don't want to put too much attention to it. So I'm just gonna draw like he's already holding it. It's not like he dropped it. It's just there, right? It's just there. And it's kind of look like a human rifle because it has the same purpose. It's just like you're gonna hold it against your shoulder and it makes it easier for you to operate it. So it's gonna have this side, this part for the shoulder. And we're gonna put some more details. And the other guy is going to be vigilant here. He's gonna like stand here, like all ready. He's also gonna put his legs like in the position of already walking a little bit. So really like loosely. And yeah, this is a tricky part, to draw his feet like that. I was never able to draw feet normally like that. So this is gonna be like his pelvis, and there's gonna be his stomach. And because he's like very like he at one point, at some like on one side, he's actually checking his fellow teammate that fell down right here, but he also want to make sure that this guy is not here to attack. So we're gonna actually focus more on this guy, because in this frame we're actually kind of looking like this, right? That's the way our eyes are going to move. So that's another important part. So we kind of use this guy, maybe not gonna make him very like vigilant, maybe don't want to make him to see where exactly our guy is, but maybe tilt his head a little bit, and then he's gonna have his eye open like, oh, what's going on? He's gonna be a little bit scared here, so he's gonna have his rifle here. Yeah, this like the thing I don't really like to draw something being held like inside, and then I have to like draw arms around it. So this something like this. He's gonna stand there with his rifle, and the other guy is just like barely getting up. But we know, we look at this picture and we know, okay, he is going to get up. And then they both are being dangerous. They're gonna be dangerous for the character. And they are not too far. They're just a little bit in the distance. And he's like, he ready to go this way, right? He is ready to go this way. There's probably a corridor there. So then there's the space shuttle. And before that, and maybe we draw actually another layer of the corridor here. I want to make it like almost infinite. Yeah, and maybe then it's even more deep. And then it's, we don't know what's going on there. And there's gonna be light here. You remember, like on the previous frame, we're gonna have light like here. Okay, let me show you. Here is going to be like light. It's going to be going from this side, and then it's gonna be windows. Well, yeah, it's like a space windows, and you're gonna be able to see the space. I'm not sure if everywhere. Maybe just here. Maybe there will be something out there too. So again, here there's another trick. We are not really focusing on what's going on behind this guy. We are focusing on those characters and on this character. There's nothing else so we can relax, you know, we don't have to worry about that. But man, this is like really tricky. This is really tricky because the composition is the most difficult part, I guess. Like if you are going to be like a penciler or like laying out the storyboard, the camera and everything, that's the difficult part. You know what's the easiest part? I feel like inking is easy, but maybe I'm wrong. It depends on how good your penciler is. Maybe he's not great and you need to fix something. But if he's great, then you know it's basically almost job done. And the coloring could be difficult, but I really like color part because when you're coloring, you're actually more relaxed. It feels like there's not so many things to keep in mind. So I kind of like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and I feel like there's empty space, right? There's empty space here. There's like so much space here that maybe we need to be covering. At least that's just how I feel. Maybe we add some more like steam or smoke. Or maybe there's something else they dropped. Maybe there's rifle, right? What about his gun? Nah. Well, we'll see about that. It's not our focus right now. So let's go ahead and go to... Oh, there's also some more details, right? Because he actually have a cape here. So there's gonna be like a little cape here. It's not a big deal. And it's gonna have like a hood. And I don't really want to draw like a big detailed hood. Because I really want to make the character visible. It's probably like natural idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and start lining up. We're gonna delete our old sketch, and now we now have two layers of sketching. See, first layer, we actually changed it a lot. Yeah, we changed the direction. That's the second layer, and now we are doing the final, right? So this is going to be like a line art, and I'm going to start from the character himself, because that's the main character. That's the most interesting part here. So because his nose is a little bit like blocky, gonna do it like this. I think his nose is very nice to show like where and which direction he is looking in. And maybe I'm gonna make him not so angry. Maybe just a little bit like upset. He's like, oh man. It's like, oh man. Like maybe like I'm in trouble, but is it that bad? Like, I don't know. Right? I'm gonna leave his teeth, so he's kind of like shocked. Right? I still don't remember his teeth, how his teeth are looking. So maybe eyebrows, not so. Man, still difficult to make it not so angry. Yeah, now it's a little bit more concerned. Like, am I going to get caught? Or maybe I can get away, right? And it's gonna be this line. And here is, like before I'm gonna draw eyeballs, I'm gonna do this. I don't like this side. Let's delete that. Okay. We're gonna make it like this. And if you notice that, is always have a line from his iris to the side, and this one goes to the top. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna actually close my reference here, and I'm going to open my previous picture. So just so I remember the path for his face. Yeah. So he has this line here, and he has the same line here, like this. This is something interesting. I'm going to keep this in every picture, but the reason for that is I want to make him asymmetrical. I don't want to make him like just straight up similar in every page. Okay, that's another part. This like icicles, right? They kind of look like they going up, but in a way I don't want to make it that they look like they're going down or to side. So I want to make it like a little crown almost. So this is also something I might change later, right? I'm not sticking, like I'm not gonna leave it completely similar. There's also should be like a pattern to the side because I want it to move like back a little bit. And I also don't want to make him look like a Statue of Liberty. That's for sure. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen like the previous page, you know, after we finish this, feel free to check it out. You might very much liked it because the previous one was very like the page like money shot, right? Oh, that's the word. That's the word. Money shot. This one is a little bit different. This one is a little bit different. This one is a little different. So yeah, it's also sometimes it feels like they are going by the same pattern. So maybe I just do this. Yeah, and there's sometimes they're like too thick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, and I'm gonna match the movement for like cracks. It's not they are not cracks, but I don't know the name for it. I'm wondering if I should really add something to his right side because for now it looks a little empty. Yeah, I don't want to add too much details to his eyes here. Also, keep in mind, this is actually just one block, right? This is one block on the whole page. So we don't really have to worry that much about it. We can try to like make it more clear and realistic, but we really don't have to worry that much about that. It's important because this is the main character, but it's not like so many people will look or will notice something. Like it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So don't worry, be happy. Okay, I feel like it's fine. There's another thing about drawing characters that are never like existed, and it's because when you do that, you can actually make it the way you want it because it's not like there's ever anyone ever draw it before. There's like the first time this character ever been drawn, so it's like the way you draw it, that's the right way because there is no other way to do it. So that's the fun part. It's like nobody will tell you, oh, that's wrong, right? Nobody will tell you that because that's your character and you can do whatever you want. It's like it's not wrong. This is how I see it, right? This is how I want it. So just, use it also because it's kind of helpful, I think. to make more mistakes and to hide those mistakes, right? And this side of his face is a little bit different. I really want to make his face asymmetrical. I said that before, but I think it's really important to make him like not perfect. And I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's really not easy to see like from that far when we're going to zoom out, like all the details. Oh, okay. We got some bots in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Okay. Well, at least bots are watching me. Hey, bots. That's cool. Well, anyway. Okay, this is like something I never really thought about before, but his side face, right? This side is not that detailed. It should be more detailed. I need more, like maybe I'll do this, right? And it feels like there are not enough details here. And I don't want to draw it differently. I don't want it to be different in each page. So I want to really stay true to what I did. Or maybe I'll redo it. But for now, yeah. It's the way it is. Yeah, just like this. I don't know. Maybe leave it like that. It's alright. It's not gonna be a main focus here. So we are going to the hoodie. Yeah, he's going to have his neck still visible, not too visible. I think because he's standing in the position like this, you're mostly gonna see his hood. We're actually still using the zero streamline. Okay, 50%, much better. That's easier for line art. And also our character doesn't really have that much like muscly body, so I'm gonna use a hoodie here to underline his like body shape here. So you know, it's kind of cool. We can go here. Also shoulders, right? You don't want to make his shoulders huge, but the way we're doing it is just to show, to empathize that his arm is in front of him, right? In front of his body, because he's actually trying to get away, right? He's trying to get away. And that's another part about making your sketch clean, because it's so easy to follow for yourself later, right? Because you are going to go and make it clean. So you don't want to make it too difficult for you, because there's nobody else, right, doing it. This is literally just you doing it. And sometimes you feel like, it's fine, right? I'm just gonna do a sketch like so roughly, then maybe when I'm going to do clean line art, it's gonna be better. But you know, it's just, the goal here is to make it as visible as possible for yourself, right? Because this is you who are going to finish the work, so you don't want to make it too difficult for yourself. Okay, already I see that his like chest thing is not in the right position, right? So I'm gonna do that. This is on his side. It's kind of look like Cyclops, the costume from the cartoons, but that's not the not where I took it from. It's just I feel like it's kind of cool, and I don't want to make it like in the middle. It's too boring. Again, everything about this character is asymmetrical. There's mostly like, yeah, of course there's like basic visuals, right? This arms, legs, his costume and his face is all asymmetrical. Oh man, I'm talking too much. Gonna stop talking for a little bit. I hope you're not gonna get bored. But there's nice music playing, right? It's funny because, like, first time I used music from YouTube that being actually copyrighted, like copyright free music from YouTube. But later, Twitch claimed it, that this is not copyright free music. Alright. I guess it was free for YouTube, not free for Twitch. So if you're rewatching the first video and you wondering, okay, where's the audio, right? Well, there is audio on YouTube, I guess. So you can go ahead and watch on YouTube if you skip the first part. Yeah, I guess something like that. Well, again, it's not perfect, I know. And it's not going to be necessarily. And if you're going to spend too much time on perfecting some details, you're better off just, finish it and move on. I really think that this is the best option rather than like beating the dead horse, right? That's the expression in English. So yeah, kind of. I guess we're gonna add details later. It's gonna look better. Just yeah, I don't really care that much about like his hand here. Yeah, it's gonna look a little bit strange here, I know. So here we are going to have like the belt, right? And I really think that maybe his body is too long. His legs are too short here. So I'm thinking about making his legs longer here. So I'm gonna, as you see, I actually moved his belt a little bit up. It's gonna be his leg. And this is like a strange part. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but because you can tell that he is not wearing boots, right? He's not wearing shoes. Well, maybe he's gonna wear shoes later on, but he's not wearing shoes right now. And because this is like his skin is made of crystals, right? You're probably wondering like, okay, why are his legs made of crystal if it's his skin, right? This is not comfortable, to say the least, right? And yeah, I don't know. How do we, which way should it move the cloth here? It's probably gonna be like, yeah, well, just do this and think later. We're gonna just cast some shadow there, doesn't matter. There are some details that you never see on the reference pictures. Okay, this again, like, this is also another part where I, like, gave myself too much unnecessary job to do. Like, even here, I didn't do it, but I have to, because I did this before on the previous page. So it's kind of should look similar. So let's do that. There's like a small details you don't want to really worry about. And like thinking about making like illustrations and drawing comic books or things like that, I'm actually more of a like storyteller. Like that's the way I feel, at least. I'd rather just you know, write stories for those characters. I want to create character. I want to like think about his appearance. I want to think about his powers and what can he do and whatnot. But I don't want to illustrate each single page. And the reason I'm doing it right now is because later on, hopefully, when the character will be picked up by somebody, like hopefully Image Comics, right? And HBO maybe will make a TV show based on this character. Maybe not. I want to be a writer for this character, so that's the reason I'm doing it now. Because if you have a character, if you have something that you want to produce, or like intellectual property, story you want to tell, maybe you want to first tell it yourself. You want to show it to the customers. You don't know if they're gonna pick it or not, or companies. So I think that's a good idea to first do it yourself. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get somebody involved, hopefully, and then I'm going to maybe just write the script for this character. Okay, wow, it's been an hour already. I mean, I'm falling asleep when I do that because it's so relaxing. I don't know about you guys, probably that's why the art section on Twitch is so like abandoned. But I'm going to maybe I'm going to, oh, okay, we got a subscriber. I don't know why I didn't get the notification, but whoever subscribed on YouTube, thank you. And you can also follow me on Twitch. Probably that's where I'm going to get more of my art streams. So yeah, feel free to do that. Like I still, if you saw the notification, man, I skipped that. I missed that. I'm sorry. That should be here. Should be here. I don't know. Well, anyway, back to the character. Okay, he sees me as the viewer. I don't want to do that. I don't want to distract myself thinking that there's somebody else except me watching it. So here we are going to add more details for his hood, right? Because it's like a little bit more loose. It's like cloth. It's not gonna be too detailed. That doesn't really matter because we don't want like focus too much on those details. The belt also. We're going to focus barely, just loosely, like just see what's going on, right? oh, like the bad guys are watching him. So I'm gonna finish him first, even though there are some more details. So when I'm standing like this, so that's the other thing. When I'm drawing legs, when one leg going in front, see, this is the first, of course, you put this, right? You make sure this leg goes in front of that leg. But then again, there some other details when you think about, okay, maybe this doesn't look right. But again, you see the picture, right? You can understand what's going on. And that's, my friend, that's the most important part. That's important. It's nowadays doesn't really matter. You know, you remember back in the days, and this is crazy to me to think about it. You remember when people just like being was so like so obsessed with the bloopers in movies or like mistakes, and then they just like people now in internet, right, in TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, they now just don't really care. They just they're making short funny videos, short funny skits where they're pretending to be like a boyfriend, girlfriend, father, mother, child, or cat or dog. They don't care. They just tell you, oh, okay, like I'm playing my mom, right? Like me playing video games, my mom coming to my room, and that's the joke, right? Or me searching, looking for my phone. I'm asking my mother, "Where's my phone?" And my mother like immediately, "Oh, that's your phone." Oh, magic. And they don't really care. There's no real actors, nor there are decorations for that. So, like, we are living in that world where the storytelling itself is the core, and you don't really have to be great at art or acting. It's just all stripped down to the core message. See, this is again, his legs are different. Every time I draw them, they are different. And this is something I really hate. Like, I really wanted. Yeah, I still have bots in YouTube. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Thank you for tracking. So, what I'm saying is, I wanted his legs to look the same, but they are not looking. They don't look the same. It's alright. It's alright. It's not great, but it's okay. It's gonna be different here and there. It's actually funny that I saw some bots doing this things on some big channels, and I was surprised. Like, guy had 1 million subs, and there were still bots like that doing just random words. Like, I can still delete it. I still see bots writing in the chat. I don't know what's the point. Like, what are they getting from that? Okay, like, you wrote a strange message. Like, what do you want me to do about that? It's like nobody's going to do anything. Nobody cares about like your message here. It's not like you can, like, I can click on your name and go to your page, right? I can see that happening. People do that sometimes, but doesn't matter. Too much attention, right? So going back to the idea of the storytelling. So the storytelling is the key. You don't really need anything else. And this is crazy to me because some people are so bad at storytelling, still getting the job. And that's good and bad at the same time, because doesn't mean you have to be perfect. There are so many people still getting the job while being terrible at it. So that's like, okay, great. You can go, I can go, we all can get the job like that. I'm trying to get the better job. I don't want to do this like stupid things, right? I want to do what I like, not something that I can do because it's not difficult, but because like everything else is so silly, and this is now becoming like a not non-challenging job. Like this is not something I want to do. Because yeah, I can I can work easily on many jobs now, and I'm sure you can too. It's like overrated because so many people are probably because they don't want to do that job and they still doing it because there are not too many options to choose from for them. They're not really good at maybe anything else, and that's why they're doing what they are doing. And well, I guess I can kind of understand that, but at the same time it's like there are not good quality products made like as a result, and then we are complaining, but there's nobody else they can hire. That's the other part, right? Like it's not like there are so many people waiting to get this job. Mostly it's usually that kind of job that people don't want to do. Okay, so I don't want to make it too detailed, too like fractured. Okay, there's crystal. Crystal is the easy part. You just do this, boom. Okay, so I think this kind of looks fine to me. And even if it doesn't look fine, you still can understand what's going on, right? You don't need to worry about like, oh, is this like crystal clear, or is it like good looking? Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. So yeah, we are doing this comic book together. We are going to stream it from Twitch and YouTube now, and I'm really liking it. I'm liking it a lot because like usually sometimes I'm getting distracted. That's actually the reason I started it. It's not like I have an audience waiting for me to, do something like in the art. Well, I actually have some people on the Instagram. Maybe I'll do that later. But the main reason here is just for me to not get distracted, to just keep going. But I'm talking too much. And because I'm talking too much, my throat is killing me. I have to. That's what it feels like to have an hour, 2 hour long lessons, like to be a teacher. I'm not a teacher, but just saying. I can be. I think I might be at some point. I used to be, but that's another story. So yeah, what do you say? What do you think, guys? So he is kind of ready in the line line part department, and I'm gonna do more shadowing, more other details here and there. But for now, we are going to move another layer, as always. Make sure it's another layer, and then we are drawing our guys. So I really like drawing like characters more than environment, I guess, the background. So for this purposes, we're gonna just draw characters, and I'm gonna start with this guy because I kind of see his positioning here. It's actually his shoulder pad. He has shoulder pads. If I remember correctly, I might actually... Oh, sheesh. I actually forgot his original design, but it doesn't matter. Okay. He's not the main character here. I remember he had like shoulder pads with the spike. I might, man. Okay, we're not going to do coloring today. We're gonna do it probably tomorrow. So for now, we're gonna leave it like that. I remember that he has like gloves. Gloves. And they are somewhat grayish. Okay, yeah, I see that. So because he has gloves, right, he's gonna have his 2 fingers on one side and his 5 fingers on the other side. And I'm not gonna do too many details on this guy. I really don't have to even, because the main idea is just for you to understand that, okay, I know this guy, I know what is his main like characteristics, like he's the guard here, that being somewhat attacked by the main character, right? That's the main thing you need to know about this guy. Pew! Oh no, that's too much. Okay, that's too transparent, I guess. Yeah, okay. See, it's even so pixelated because it's so zoomed in, right? Like when you look at this page, you don't really see those details. They're too far. So doesn't really matter. So that's gonna be his arm here. Oh, there's gonna be his glove. It's gonna be like, oh my. Okay, I wanna my head. Okay, how do you draw it? So yeah, the thumb is on the inside, right? So it's just fingers. So we're gonna do this trick. Shuch, 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 shuch. So how many 6? No, 5, 4, 5. This is gonna be 6. And we don't really have to like focus on it. I think it's the more important to just show that he is not happy. So you don't even have to like draw fingers. And we're gonna show that he is a little bit chubby. It's not like he's chubby, but it's more natural to have that's anatomy, I would say. And he wants to, we won't empathize the fact that he's crunching. No, it's not crunching, but you get the idea. It's not like crunching for the sport. I actually think that his legs are too small. So let's make it a little bit bigger. And we actually never draw his legs. So what do you think? I'm saying, I would say also look like blocks. Right? Kind of looks like blocks. Don't know if it's like still a robot or not. I haven't decided yet. For their legs, we kind of can... Oh, we can also do this. So we can empathize. Oh yeah, that's right. We already draw... I remember now. I already added like a samurai armor on the side because I want them to look like samurai a little bit. Not too much. But that's interesting, you know, if they are going to look more like samurais. So maybe this side will be also not blocky, but more like a samurai. Again, I'm gonna leave this one. Also the elbow, no, knee. I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I got an arrow in my knee and I stopped. Good times. So also we're gonna do that. How it should be, like, I don't know. I'll just make it like this. I don't know how it should look like. Like, I really want to show that he's like getting up from being hit. So I don't really pay much attention to details here, because he's gonna be zoomed out, like so far away, you see. It's not really that important. It feels like those streams can be like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, but whenever you draw, at least I guess it's just because I'm talking. I wonder if you would guys be okay with me not talking. I don't know. Maybe it's not a good idea. Yeah, you know what? I actually have a cool idea. No, I don't like that. I actually have a cool idea. I want to draw somebody who exists, right? And I'll draw it in my style. And then we're going to see if people who are fans of that guy or character, like maybe a character, just a video game character, will pay attention to my stream. So how about that? And the first candidate is I don't know, let me think. Okay, it's gonna be his gun, and his gun is gonna be very simple. Like, I really don't want to spend too much time on his gun. So it's still gonna have this part, and then it's gonna have like, I forgot the name for this part. And it's funny because they have one eye, so it's really convenient for them to have it. So yeah, that's the one. And man, there's something about drawing that I'm just like keep feeling sleepy. But you know what else? I also feel great about the progress I'm making. Like, I usually don't do that much in one sitting, and maybe it's more healthier that way. But like, I feel like that's cool, the fact that I did that much in one sitting. So that's the positive part. And we're also like streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. That's also cool. Okay, maybe I don't want to highlight the fact that he saw him. So yeah, I was actually good. So he's kind of looking. He doesn't know our character is here. And because his gun in the front, I'm gonna draw his gun first. Well, it's kind of futuristic, but at the same time it's very simple. I don't want to make it too crazy looking. Crazy. Nah. It's gonna be normal gun. And because he's holding it, it's probably should hold this gun the way it should be held. Let me think. So maybe I'll just put it next to his shoulder. I don't want to make it foreshortening like the way it will look like if he's going to turn it to the camera, because that's like too much work. Too much work, man. I don't want to do that. Ain't nobody get time for that. Ain't nobody get time for that, man. Ain't nobody get time for that. So yeah, it's gonna have his fingers here, and like I'm not going to draw like all fingers here. It's just these two. So it's already like you can tell what's going on, and the storytelling. That's my goal here. I don't really care about like if it looks perfect, if it like challenging Leonardo in like art contest like Da Vinci, right? That's how the name Leonardo. So I'm gonna draw his a fist here, just a little bit bigger, just to show that he's kind of holding it but is being like angry at the same time. Okay, that's not. He has 5 fingers and 2 thumbs, so something like that. And I want to make his arm like here, and then it's going up, right? It's going up. It's going up. And then we're going to draw his like boxy body here a little bit. Also, very good angle here, because I can show that he's crunching a little bit. Although now when I'm looking at it, I feel like that's where his pelvis should be, right? So maybe just a little bit, right? Because otherwise it's too much body. Too much body. So are we actually like drawing the pelvis like in this strange way? Yeah. So this is gonna be his like ninja armor. Samurai, sorry, samurai. Or maybe ninja, but I feel like if you are ninja, you would not wear this armor like the way Mortal Kombat characters are wearing. I feel like that looks kind of strange. That looks kind of strange, man. Looks kind of sus. Kind of sus. Okay, it's gonna be his other part. Not gonna draw it too detailed, but I feel like also his legs here should be a little bit longer, and then it has this ninja part, right? Oh no. So I kind of want to make it more visible. Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like the way it's turning to be honest. I might turn it into animation later. I don't know yet, but I just enjoy making it the way I'm like doing it right now. And yeah, remember the other side is actually like going back. So for these purposes, I'm going to make it a smaller. And because I now have the armor, it kind of looks more organic, even if it's not. Again, Nobody will notice. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, and I will color this. Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. What are those? I feel like they kind of look like eggs, right? They kind of look like eggs. The original inspiration for those costumes, original inspiration were the Decepticons from the Transformers, and the original design was also like this, right? And this is like I used to draw Transformers when I was like very young age. So then they had like this. And then that's gonna be their mouth. So that's gonna be like his face. So something like that, I would be the Transformers face. And then like whatever the robot it is. So in that case, that would be like an airplane. And many people joked about that it looks kind of like, you know, the certain body part, like a male body part. But these are like airplane heads from the original Transformers Generation 1, and they look like that because they used to transform into airplane, right? There's you have a plane, you have like this side, and that's what they were going for, right? And that's why their head looks like that, because their faces were this on this side. But it kind of looks funny to me, and I thought, okay, that Decepticons looks kind of cool. I mean, kind of funny. So I used the design a little bit, inspired by, and did this. So that was the story behind this design. The blocks and everything, it's mostly just random stuff. And the samurai part, I just feel like that's kind of cool. This samurai idea. Oh, I'm sorry, huh? Keep yawning. So we did those guys, right? Yeah. I feel like the environment, and then we can move to this side, to the space shuttle. And imagine that was just one frame, one panel in the three of them, and it's just like so much more to go. And I feel like we're not going to finish it today. It feels like, okay, page a day, right? That's the goal, page a day. But when you do that, when you're trying to do that, this is just like difficult, man. I guess I'm gonna stop talking that much. Maybe that's the problem I'm facing. I am talking too much. There are some bots in my chat. It's not like real humans, but I kinda can talk to them just like for fun. Is it fun? I don't know. Is it sad? Maybe. Okay, so there's another layer, and I'm going to draw the environment on this layer. I'm gonna make it like fat brush. The same brush, just a little bit fatter. Oh man. I feel like I want to play some game, I feel like I want to play some strategy game. There's one game in particular I'm thinking about. It's Crusader Knights. Crusader Knights 3. It's just such a difficult name, man. Maybe just for me, but it sounds so strange. Okay, I'm not relying on that. I'm breaking. I'm breaking it. I'm breaking ideas of my iPad. He said, okay, we do this way. And I said, no, we do this way. Sorry, iPad. This is really like the straight lines. The more you have straight lines, the easier it is to kind of screw up. Yeah. But again, this is just stairs. And nobody's gonna look at that or analyze that. And also, I really think like even if this idea of this character will be successful, I really don't think that my art will be printed. I still think this is just to show to an editor and hopefully to my man, like my favorite artist, illustrator, Todd McFarlane, just so they can see, like, oh, I got the idea, I see what you're saying. So what you're saying is we can do, you know, this and this. So you want this characters like this. Like, yeah. And they're gonna, oh, okay. So why don't we do this and that? And yeah, perfect. So yeah. That's my vision. It's like I really need their attention. I need attention of big guys. So once I get the attention, you know, I just need to do something to get it. I can't just wait for it. I still need to, you know, put something on the table of the communication room, right? So I'm gonna present this work, gonna tell the story. They might say no and later use the story. Some people do that, but because I just, you know, doing it here on stream, there will be a record of me doing it, hopefully, so I can still use it. But I really need help from like illustrators, publishers, retailers, anything, right? And I'm mostly interested not in really like comic books per se, but I'm more interested in getting in on the market, right? Getting in there to be able to communicate with big guys, right? And I feel like I have enough communication skills, maybe not perfect, still need to practice my English, keep forgetting so many things. So I feel like, yeah, maybe I just need to work a little bit more on that. Okay, I need streamline. Is it streamline? Okay, let's go 100%. Because the screen should be straight. Okay. We're going to have some stars on the screen. It's not screen, actually, it's just a window. I don't know why I said screen. And here, just like on our previous page, I'm going to add some more details. So those details are just here for, you know, for no reason, just to make it look more busy. It's not like there is a reason for them to be here. It's kind of even funnier to ask, like, oh, what's the reason of that? What's the reason of that? No, there's no reason. No reason? Yeah, there's just you know, just so it's not empty. Oh, okay. So that's strange, right? It's a little bit strange. And I also not really thinking about if it's perfect or not. Like I'm not. There's probably could be could be some benefits from being more like careful here. So yeah, I don't know. And it's not even doesn't even look right. You see? It should be in line with the side, I guess. It's strange. It doesn't look right. Yeah. Although it kind of should be right. So like that. Yeah. A little bit better. We have 30 more minutes. We're not going to finish it today, unfortunately. I'm not going to go over 2 hours because I just don't want to sit. I feel like 2 hours. Okay, that's not too much. We spent like an hour and a half earlier today. Now it's like 2 hour work, and later we are going to do, well, probably not today, but tomorrow. So it's gonna be like 4 hours a day, hopefully. And if I can, keep doing this, keep streaming like that, hopefully we're gonna have some nice result fast. Like, how long do you think will it take to make around 30 pages? 30 pages. So we did one in 2 days. So 30 pages is like 2 months, right? It's not gonna be exactly 2 months because I'm not gonna draw every day. Sometimes I'm not going to do that just because I'm busy. And sometimes I'm going to draw one page for 3 days, 4 days, like this one. It's pretty complicated. I'm not going to finish it tomorrow. Hopefully I will, but I can tell it's pretty complicated. Doesn't really look like it's gonna be finished. I'm not gonna work on that any longer than I should. Again, it's up to you. There is another like voice in my head telling me like, okay, maybe you just need to like put your head down, right, and work. Now maybe that's a good way to look at things. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I still be doing other things. And that's really cool, the fact that we're actually not seeing the other wall, because this wall is so less detailed. I'm not gonna even add too many details here. No, I don't want to make it look like it's just because of his arm. See, the blocks look a little bit different, a little bit strange. Okay, so this is somewhat busy wall. There are other details here, of course. I'm not gonna focus on them at all. In fact, I don't think that this is like a good idea to do. But I might add a box here. This is actually a good idea. I think we should draw the sign about the emergency capsules. That way we kind of like foreshadow the fact that he is going to escape the ship, and that's gonna be like little cool idea, right? Well, that's at least the way I see it. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. What do you think? I think it's cool or not? Tell me in the comment section or in the chat. But it's better to leave comments because I'm not actually looking at the chat that much, that often, because this is like a completely new channel. So this is going to be like a little instruction, and this is going to be like a language. And the language is going to be like kind of like a predator. I want to make it like a predator language, but also somewhat Korean. No, that's too Korean. So now we kind of know. I feel like the alien technology should be more like Japanese style. Like, it's so advanced, it's gonna be a little bit like I don't know. If there is like, I feel if there is a country that will be like advancing with the technology to build like robots and things like that, it's gonna be Japan. It's gonna be Japan. That's what I think. So yeah, there are more details here, but let's see how it kind of looks like without. Okay, so that's basically this page. And you see, the cool part is while we were developing the composition, we now come up with cooler ideas, like this poster, like the details on the wall. And when we are going to color it, I actually think we can cast like shadows here, right? It's gonna be like cool shadowing. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So I'm already liking it. I'm already really, really happy with how it looks like. And I'm thinking about like I'm thinking about we can stop here for now and we can continue tomorrow, I feel like. You know, or later maybe we'll try to connect my Instagram, because I know there are people on my Instagram who are like fans of my art. Not too many, but I think it's a still cool idea to do. And I think people on my YouTube probably also curious, but not so much, because it's unfortunately a little bit different audience. And it's fine. So I'm just like feeling like the most important for me is just to get the page done, right? Important part for me, get the page done, and everything else is alright. It's fine if it's not too many viewers, but I never really cared about that, you know me, right? Probably. Yeah, it's like, even if you think about getting big on some platform, it's like, do I really want to keep doing that? Like, imagine me right now getting big on Twitch or YouTube with like drawing, but like that's not what I'm going to do every day, right? That's not what I'm going to do like 1 year after. Oh sorry, no. Okay, I unfortunately, like, okay, I accidentally blocked my, yeah, okay, blocked my iPad. This is not something I'm going to do every day, and it's not something I'm going to do like in future, in 10 years from now. So I really want to get the comic book ready and to get the character developed, and that's why I'm doing this. And if you are here, you can learn something. Maybe that's something that you didn't know, or something that you know, and you can teach me, right? You can tell me, oh, this is wrong, this is bad, right? But I guess the most important part is getting done, right? It's getting done, and for me this is the most important part. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. We're going to stop here today, and we're going to continue tomorrow. That's a promise. Okay. So maybe I'll add more details on the off stream, but we are going to continue with this part. Okay, that's a white color. We're gonna continue with this part and with this part. So yeah, thank you. Bye. I'm gonna use it as a thumbnail, maybe.